Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Audio Galleries Spotlight. Really excited to welcome and introduce and interview a wonderful young, talented artist to our stage. But before we get into that, Sigrid, how are you today?
Hello, yeah, I'm fine. Just had a great week
Good.
with making big murals and so
I
I'm
saw
fine.
that mural. It looked absolutely beautiful. Well done. That took, how long did that take? A couple of days?
Yeah, making on location was like 2 days, but there's also a big preparation in front of it. But 2 days, yeah, it was great.
Amazing.
10
Well,
pictures.
it's lovely to have you back. I've had to have lots of meetings while you've been away in preparation for series 2 of Audio Galleries. It's been cool to update you today on where we're going with that. For anyone listening, time to start getting excited. We've got some amazing partnerships and we've had some conversations with some incredible artists who are hoping to join us for series 2. More information on that to follow when I get back from Miami. Sigrid's not going to Miami. I'm sorry, Sigrid. I
Yeah,
know.
next year I will be there.
Next
But
year.
today
Yes,
we've got an
today,
amazing
before we get
artist.
going, we have the wonderful Teresa Melvin joining us today. Teresa, how are you? Welcome.
Hello, thanks for inviting me up here, and I'm doing great.
Great. Where are you at the moment?
Right now, I'm in India, back in my hometown. I'm in Kochi, and I'm in my cousin's house.
Ah, amazing. And what's that been like? Because you have been exhibiting, right, in India.
Yeah, I had my first solo exhibition this month, and that was like super exciting. We did it in like a beautiful cafe called Cafe Papaya, and there was like so many artworks there. So I was so hyped for my solo exhibition, and it was like a 2 day solo exhibition. First day was the exhibition. Second day was the workshop. And that was like the most fun part, like doing my first workshop for kids. um, I got to teach how to draw a character, and I got to see like all of the different drawings from all of the kids. So yeah, it was really fun just seeing like my artworks was on like digital screens, and everyone was like asking me questions about it. There was like a parent that asked me that wanted to know more about Procreate, and there's like a kid who wanted to learn how to draw more. And it was really exciting, and for me it was like a learning experience. um, and also like how it could like teach other kids and also their parents on getting started in art and everything.
Cool.
Amazing.
Hey, but maybe before we talk about everything you do, you can tell something about yourself because we know you, but maybe not everybody knows you. So maybe you can introduce yourself.
Of course, I'm Teresa Melvin, a 14-year-old artist, speaker, and founder of my project Ava Ramona. So I'll talk about a little bit about what that is and like somewhere in this interview. But it's about my two characters, Ava and Ramona. And for me, I've always like I've started my art journey since like a young age of 3 years old. Since then, I've explored digital art and created like characters, and also explored like the NFT space in 2021. And since now, I've spoken in many events, virtual and you know in real life, and yeah.
Fantastic. Teresa, we've followed you now for a little while, and it's been so much fun to see how your art is developing, and how you are also like really starting to master not just your craft and being a great artist, but also like speaking and recording and really like the business of being an artist. And it's amazing that at 14 you're taking that on. Tell us then a little bit about how you got started. I think particularly when it came to the point where you were like, I really want to have a go at this like professionally. Talk to us about maybe some of your time using Procreate and how that's worked. I'm really interested to like just learn how you went from being a hobbyist who was just really keen on drawing to then being like someone who really wanted to go ahead and create amazing artwork.
Yeah. Before like, entering on like social media or starting digital art, when I drew art, I didn't know how like I could make art really my career. I didn't know like the steps toward that. I just knew that, I loved art and I would do it like forever. And even at a young age, if an adult asks like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would always say an artist. So yeah, I just like mainly explored like physical on paper, and even at a young age I loved creating my own characters, and like telling stories through my artworks. But I started to realize like, wait, this could actually be like a thing, something that I like would really love, and enjoy in the future. That was when I my dad started an Instagram account for me. And first I was like unsure. I don't know if I could, talk on video or like, um, if my art was like good enough or anything. But my dad just encouraged me like, just put whatever artworks you want, whatever you like, whatever you don't like. It's up to you. So I just started drawing characters. I mean, drawing my character Ava in like different outfits and stuff, and put it on Instagram. And I did like a few videos about my artworks, even if it was like holidays or like just telling my stories or my experiences. That's when it really started. That's where I started to enjoy like that side of art, where it's not just about the drawing, but it's also about like the sharing, sharing it with other people. Um, and then I entered the NFT space during like the COVID times in 2021. And for me, that was like, I've got exposed to so many different types of art, many like mediums, even digitally, like 3D. It's in the metaverse. It was like, I didn't know if it was like overwhelming or like super exciting for me, but slowly, slowly in the NFT space, as I started exploring more, trying more with digital art and Procreate, I loved the space. And yeah, and on Procreate, I started to explore different, techniques. I looked at different videos and tutorials and saw how I could implement, different brushes or different colors into my artworks. That's when I started like exploring my art style as well. Because I feel like for every artist, it feels like, you need to keep growing, or you need to keep like improving your art more and more. And for me, what I focus on is just, forget about if it's like looks good or not. I just like, keep exploring different things. If I get bored with one style, I might try something else, stuff like that. So, yeah. And as a speaker in the NFT and Web3 space, um, I had my first speaking event at Miami in Miami NFT Week. And there I was like, I had a panel with a bunch of other NFT kid artists. And yeah, since then, I've spoken in many other events like NFT, NYC, like 2 times in a row. I'm going next year too in April. Woohoo! And in like Adobe, even in the metaverse, speaking in even as decentralized. And what I've learned from that is, you don't have to be afraid of, um, like if you don't have to be afraid if like have all of the knowledge about the space. It's more of like, learning as the space grows, and connecting with a lot of other people like you, audio galleries. So yeah.
Yeah, super cool. You're doing loads of things. And right, you have 2 or 3 NFT collections right now, and also some different one-on-ones.
Yeah.
And can you tell us something more about Ava Ramona?
Of course, I'm excited for this one. Ava Ramona is my generative NFT collection, but I like to call it like my project, or like something that I evolved with. It's about my 2 characters, Ava and Ramona, and there's the website avaramona.art. And there I've created like many traits, and something unique about this collection is, I've never seen a collection where it's just about, these two characters, like about two characters. So yeah. And Ava and Ramona were like characters that I grew up with my like childhood, starting from age 9. I created these characters because, like, since I didn't have any siblings, I wanted two imaginary people that I could, have adventures with and keep exploring with. And then in the NFT space, I started making more NFTs about these two characters, and I decided, why not make a collection? Um, and through this collection, what I wanted to do was highlight that, the young artists in this space can also, make it. And I wanted to represent other young artists through this project, and I'm on my way to that. In my solo exhibition, actually, I had one screen displaying all of the other kid artists' NFTs. And those NFTs I collected with my Ava Ramona Art Fund. So yeah, and one big thing about Ava Ramona is the primary sales of the project goes to Adobe for Kids. 10% goes to Adobe for Kids. And what I love about the project is it provides, digital devices for deserving kids, and that's something that I really support. Um, and about this collection too, I'm planning a lot more based off of this, like, Ava Ramona comics. There's so much I want to do with this project. So many ways I could, grow this in the future. So for me, it's not like I have a roadmap, but it's like I have a growth map where it just like, I don't know which path this is gonna take, but it's gonna go somewhere.
Yeah. Can you tell us something about the Art Academy?
Yeah. For the access to Teresa's Art Academy, I'm planning on making, videos, more tutorials about Procreate, and, other digital art tools. And I had my first art workshop for kids where I teach digital art in my solo exhibition. And that was my first one. And I really want to do so much more. Another thing is I, really love teaching other kids tips and tricks about art and Procreate. And this is something I want to work on in the future. So, not a lot about Teresa's Art Academy. I'm still working on that. And yeah.
Who inspires you, Teresa? Because you are very, very inspiring. And you said that, like, you had some parents coming up to you and other children that are eager to kind of like learn how you do what you do. But where do you draw inspiration from? Be that, like, the world around you or other artists who you really kind of like look up to?
For me, it's like other artists in the NFT space, expressing their thoughts, or going to Twitter spaces where I get to learn more about the artists. That's what inspires me to keep going with my art, and, to keep speaking in different events. And also from the solo exhibition, I never expected to get like so much feedback from the parents and kids, so many questions, because I'm not, used to getting those questions in real life. It's mostly on social media where I create art, or like if someone comments something. But to get feedback from other people, other kids, on how can I, improve, my art, or how I can, keep going in the digital art world. And in my solo exhibition, I had, all my works as NFTs. So there's many people asking, like, what is NFT, or how can I get my kid to enter the NFT space? And it was really interesting. And one interesting thing was, an artist, Nabil, came to my solo exhibition too, and that was like the first time I met him in real life. So that was amazing. His work was also displayed in my solo exhibition. So
Oh,
yeah.
wow, that's amazing. And I like looking at your collection now. I'm looking at it on OpenSea, the Ava Ramona collection, and so currently there are 243 pieces. People can still mint, though. They can still go to your Ava Ramona site and they can still mint that artwork. Is that right? And they can, that you can continue adding to that collection as you go.
Yeah. My collection is on Avalanche. So if you go to my website and it says mint now, when you click it, it goes to Avalanche. So whenever people collect the artwork, it shows up in OpenSea. So that's why on OpenSea is fewer than what I have in Avalanche.
Got it. Okay. Well, it looks absolutely amazing. I
Thank you
know
so
that
much.
Sigrid is eager to ask you a couple more questions. One more from me, very quickly though, is I'm really excited to start working personally and also with audio galleries with a company called Remix. And I know that you have been working with Remix, and the whole idea there, so I don't have to get you to explain what it is that people can mint digital versions of a product, and by holding the digital version of a product, they can then go on and purchase the physical version of that same product. And you've done a couple of drops with them now, one of them being this most absolutely beautiful, there it is, the skateboard deck, which is stunning, Teresa. Honestly, absolutely
Thank
beautiful. Tell us what it's like working with Remix as one thing, but then secondly, like, what's it like moving from creating artworks that are being seen purely from a digital point of view to thinking about how you would create something that can be physically put on a wall, hung up, owned and cherished physically.
Um, for me, it's really interesting to see, a digital artwork, physically on like a canvas, or just something physical or 3D. And Remix is, in Remix, I have my community hub, and they're really supportive of, what I do, and they always keep coming up with new ideas and how I could, display my artworks as well. So I have some artworks that for collectors, um, and just other people that are on my community hub that are connected to my community hub. They can collect a skateboard, and they have like a chance to get it physically. So there was a raffle to get a physical skateboard, and yeah, it was really exciting. I also got like my physical version, so there's like a video on that on like Instagram and Twitter. I was so happy once I got it. I did the designs and the logo on that skateboard, and they actually made it 3D, which was like the coolest thing. I was so surprised when they made like my artworks into 3D, like canvas prints and skateboards and like membership cards. So yeah, and one of my other digital artworks was with like a collaboration with Sabbath. We did
Yeah.
like an artwork together, and it was like on a canvas print, 3D canvas print, and that was like the coolest thing. So it's really amazing how I can use my art to reward my collectors and give back to my community. That's what I love about being on Remix, and yeah, they're so
Yeah.
supportive, and there's like a lot of artists in there. They
Yeah.
support a lot of other artists. So
Definitely. It's an amazing platform. I'm really enjoying working with them. And Audio Galleries is very soon going to launch its own community hub there and start collaborating with other artists to create physical things. You must love working with, people like Sabbath. Sabbath's been around for a long, long time, way before NFTs and Web3 existed. And, like, he is an incredible UX designer as well as an amazing artist. Like, what's it like working with someone like that, a giant in the space?
I did a YouTube live with him on my YouTube live series called Art and Chat. And it was like really it was amazing to see his art process, talking about his experience in the NFT space and the art world. Someone that's like a renowned artist in the NFT space who's been here for like a long time. It was really like an honor to be talking to him and creating an artwork with him. He On my YouTube live, we showed our process of creating an artwork. So we showed like the screen creating our artwork. He drew my Ava Ramona, two characters, Ava Ramona, and I drew his character from his Pixel Pop Academy. That's where he has like videos teaching kids how he draws like small cute animals and creatures that he creates. And it was like an amazing experience, and I really want to do more collaborations like that in the future. So yeah, it was like a dream collab.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the video. It was cool. I really like to see what people are doing, making their own stuff, and also the collaboration is super cool to see. But when we were in Amsterdam for Met Ems, there was also a contest, and we couldn't be there live, and you also wasn't there. But can you tell us something about? I'm going to show it somewhere. This great award you won.
Okay, so I got Creator of the Year of 2023 by Met Ems Europe. And for me, that was like unbelievable to get like that title as well. Even though I couldn't go like in real life to Europe, it was amazing to see the actual space, to see photos of it. And I'm so grateful that I got this award. I like never expected to, win this award. And yeah, I have like the photo of the award, and it's so exciting. I feel like it really highlights like one point of my art journey, and how I could like keep going in the art space as well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing recognition, Teresa. I agree. Like there were so many artworks we were able to see there. Sigrid and I both were at Met Ams, and it was an amazing event. And then, when we got told that you had won it, we were just like, wow, like what an amazing compliment in a sea of so many talented creators. It was really cool. Sorry, Sigrid, I interrupted you.
No, it's perfect. Yeah, during the announcement of the award, we were in a live show with Perrin, so we couldn't be there at the live part where you had your video. So I saw the video later on, but yeah, super cool. Congrats. That's you won great prizes. You have some amazing collections. You are minting the generative collection, and there's a very awesome new NFT you're minting right now in the open edition. I really love it. But what are you going to do in the future, next years?
I'm definitely going to go to more speaking events as usual. As I said before, I'm going to NFT NYC in April, and I have like an artwork that's displayed as well. So super excited for that. It's always like an exciting thing I look forward to, going to like different events. And one thing that happened pretty recently was now I'm on like Hug's shop. So yeah, on Hug they have like a shop, and my Ava Ramona puzzle is on there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you could go
Yeah,
check it
I'm
out.
going to see.
I
Yeah,
saw
I'm
it.
going
I
to.
saw it
Yeah,
yesterday. Yeah.
it's on the holiday shop, and it's like wow, it's like a puzzle, my artwork on a puzzle. That's something like that kids can play with, people can play with, and that was a really exciting thing. And I'm so grateful that Hug gave me this opportunity to be on their holiday shop as well.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
just wait
I'm
a moment. I'm
sorry
going
to say I won't be in NYC next year because I'm on a holiday, so I won't be there. But maybe Sigrid can go to that one because I get to go to Miami.
Yeah, so now I can go to New York. Cool. Yeah, it's amazing puzzle. Love it.
Thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, I think I have to go now. Going to block my agenda, but I think just in front is NFT Paris. It's also great.
Yes, in February, another great event.
Yeah.
Well, look, Teresa, I mean, this has been wonderful speaking to you. You're clearly a very, very busy young artist. How are you fitting in, like, other life, like, hanging out with friends and seeing family, and also like education, because you are, you're doing a lot of stuff, like the equivalent of what many, many artists would call a full-time job. So how do you balance that side of what you're doing with your kind of like the other parts of being a teenage girl?
I've talked about this a lot, but it's definitely still like kind of complicated. I've had to like sometimes I had to, stop doing art for some time, or like being in the NFT space for some time. Because in December I have final exams, so I'm like still studying on that. There's a lot to study, high school. But for me, how I manage things with between like the NFT art Web3 space and school, talking to friends, is I mainly focus on like drawing art on the weekends. And in the weekdays, that's where like I start coming up with little ideas whenever I have free time. And sometimes I like to post like videos or like, comment on other people's posts on Instagram. Um, and I have like some tools that I use to organize all of my projects so I don't like forget anything, or you know i I'm like on track. One tool I use is called Notion. I have mentioned it before, but it's amazing. There's a lot you can do on there. You can manage your projects. You can even have a website on there. I think I haven't done that yet, but yeah, you can manage like to-dos. And for me, it was like kind of a struggle to start or like, keep using it. Because one thing I'm bad at is like being consistent. That's not me. So, I'm still learning how to manage my tasks, and, getting rid of the perfectionist title when I'm creating art, because that happens sometimes. Um, and yeah, the main thing is, I feel like you should consider art or whatever you do the same level as like you consider education. Because for me, art and education is like on the same level. They're both equally as important to me. So I'm not like undervaluing art. I think that's something that many artists struggle with. They don't know how to like see it as a hobby or like as a career based on what other people see of them. So yeah. And for kids in high school, middle school, or elementary, I feel like you should try your best to do your schoolwork in school. That way you can have much more time at home. And yeah. Oh, and one thing that is interesting is I'm learning computer science in school. So like learning Java. And it's so interesting to see like how it all comes together, because I know there's many artists that code to do their artworks as well. So seeing like the process behind that and like how people start making games is really interesting. So that's
Fascinating.
something
Yeah.
I'm excited about for school.
Oh, wow. And you should definitely maybe think about bringing that into your practice a bit. JavaScript, kind of like coded artwork, is something Sigrid and I are both like exploring at the moment in terms of how we can bring that into the audio gallery side of things, and perhaps featuring a few artists that really kind of like concentrate on that in their practice, because it's a side of artwork that is very much emerging, right? And I know it's been around for a little while, but by comparison, it's a very new format, and it's a really, really exciting one. Some of the artwork that can be created via code is just like out of this world beautiful. So, yeah, very, very interesting. Sigrid, I don't know if you had any other questions.
No, I think we covered everything I wanted to know, and yeah.
Yeah,
No,
no, it's been brilliant. I agree. Teresa, you are a really, really exciting artist, and like you've got such a wise head on your shoulders. It's really, really refreshing, and it's lovely to see. And it's been so lovely having this opportunity to speak with you. So thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
we're really looking forward to working with you in the future at Audio Galleries.
Thank you so much. And I'm really excited to, collab with you guys in the future. That's something that I'm really excited to do. And thank you so much for, interviewing me. It was like more like a chill conversation. So I had so much fun. Thank you so much.
No worries.
And thank you for all of your like support as well.
we will keep on supporting you.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Well, look, that's another spotlight by Audio Galleries. For more information on Ava Ramona and Teresa, please follow Teresa on X and on Instagram. You can find out all of that information there. And I think the website is avaramona.art. Is that right, Teresa?
Correct. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So yeah,
I'm
go
going to
head
share
over.
the link in the description.
Perfect. But head over to those sites and really check out Teresa's work. It's beautiful stuff. Thanks again, Teresa, and take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.